Hey, what's up? This is your girl, Taylor Wilde. Welcome back to Wilde On Season 4, the podcast where you get the insider's view of the weird, wild, wonderful world of wrestling. On Wednesdays, today's guest is a spirit fighter. She's been through hell and fights professionally as a result, but with the most beautiful intention. She needed a hero in her darkest moments, so she became one for those who feel alone and cannot fight their own personal battles. I fell in love with her in minutes. We are definitely vibing on the same plane. She's a member of the fastest growing combat sport in the world, Bare Knuckle FC. Ladies and gentlemen, my girl, Crystal Pittman. So you're in fight camp right now. You're newly single. You're living with a friend. How are we keeping our sanity?
I know it's been a struggle, but I've been really telling myself to just, keep pushing through, and, there's more meaning to my fighting than, the struggles that I go through. And so I think about, what I've pushed through in the past and my son and everything, and I've gotten this far, and fight camps aren't always going to be perfect. Yeah. Life situations are never going to be perfect, and so I just have to put my big girl pants on and just keep going forward and just get stronger and stronger, It
resonates so much with the reason behind this podcast, and that's to focus on women fighters and what we go through that sure could happen to men, but it is the way we're wired is so different emotionally. The whole thing with your fight camp is you're supposed to be in the zone. You gotta eat perfect and sleep perfect and drink enough fluid, and here you are, you're a mom, you just left a very serious relationship. Awesome, but you're not in your comfort zone. The amazing things women go through, and then you got to get in the mindset to just keep pushing through physically, but you've got all this other shit going on mentally. What do you do to stay grounded? Do you have spiritual practices? Are you into meditating or anything like that?
I do. I am actually very a spiritual. I got all my crystals and my.
I want to hear all about it, girl. Tell me all about it. That's my shit.
Walk around with my crystals in my bra.
Do you keep them in your boobies? Because I can't do that. I keep them in my pocket.
Oh yeah, I am. No, I used to, but I started getting uncomfortable because I have big old boobies, so they kind of just started scraping up down there. I was like, well, yeah, got to find another spot.
So you're into crystals. Do you have rituals or anything like that?
Right now it's all about creating some really good, strong mantras for myself. I think a lot of times we forget to create affirmations and just give us that time. We're so focused. I've noticed it's we're always on the go, go, go. And we think that we can't just stop for a second and give ourselves some time. We forget that we're human and we feel things, right? We're so focused on can't let it bug me, can't do, you know what I mean? Just put it in the back. It's fine. But I've really, really, really been big on just letting myself feel and letting myself let go of the anger or the hurt, you know what I mean? Kind of just releasing it and letting the universe know, please say this, it no longer serves a purpose in my life. And so that's one thing I've done huge for me that has just helped me a lot. So
girl, it is hard to feel. It is so hard to feel feelings when you've lived in this trauma bubble.
It's you're in your little trauma bubble. I'm trying to cover the holes. I cover one hole and another starting to put a finger in another hole.
And you're I'm out of fingers. I'm out of toes.
Right? My foot's all up.
I guess I'll just have to start
I've gotten really flexible.
Damn it. I'm going to have to start dealing with my shit.
I know.
In all seriousness, I think I went through most of my life feeling angry and numb. And only in the past 6 to 8 months can I tell you the difference between sad and excited and irritated and even hungry.
Hey, when we're just not putting it all into one thing, we can actually like, oh, okay, this is what I'm feeling. This is what I feel. This is what I feel.
It seems so silly and so basic, but so many of us women do it. And it's usually the women that are overachievers because we're commended on look how much she can do. But there's reason because we don't like to feel the feelings. So we'll just do shit.
Right. Let me just overwhelm myself with a whole bunch of shit so I don't have to feel the overwhelming emotional trauma from the other shit.
Yeah. I'll stress out about something completely unrelated so I don't have to deal with that stress.
Right.
We're going to be friends. I get it.
I'm going to be sending you some stones. I can feel it.
Oh, girl, I got my stones. I got everything. I am like...
I love stones.
I do too. What's your favorite right now?
Right now is... oh my gosh. So my best friend, she just showed me this one. It looks like cotton candy.
Oh.
So it's black and it looks like it has little black hairs on it.
Oh.
But it's like a magnetic stone. It's crazy. It looks like a little thing of coal and it looks like it has little black furs on it.
Tourmaline?
No, it's not. It starts with an M.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Sounds maybe beautiful. It is tourmaline. I'm all now. I want to look it up. Anyway, no, it's okay. But my son found it for me. Oh. And what it's supposed to do is it's supposed to release negative attachments to trauma to create a higher self. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, how did you find this stone right now? Because we always go to this place called the Crystal Barn down here. Oh, nice. And he loves stones. I've gone to him all these stones. So he'll go around, get his little basket, gets these stones. And so I'm going to have to find you that name. It's like, it was so perfect for me. So I've been super attached to this stone.
Good. I get that. And isn't that interesting though? That like beautiful divine intervention. Here's your little angel baby picking out the perfect stone for you.
Right? Oh my gosh. I know. I'm like, see, how are we? We're just so connected. It's like insane.
The universe is crazy, man. You just got to be open up enough to listen to it. And it really has your back. But
yeah.
God, the lessons in falling from grace is how we change the cycle. Sounds like you're just in the beginning of changing your cycle and your patterns.
Yes, definitely. And also focusing on like healing and changing so I don't repeat. No more repeating. We're coming to the end of a cycle and coming into a new one. So especially because, and that's one of the reasons why I like push so hard to move forward, and because the whole reason why I started fighting was to fight for others that can't fight for themselves. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to, through my fighting, create a voice for the voiceless. And that's literally the whole reason why I even got into fighting, because of all of the stuff that I had been through, and me and my son and stuff. So when I think about myself and the things that I'm going through, it's just not even comparable to the good that I fight for. Right. You know what I mean? So that's really one thing that keeps me really strong, is because this goes into my, I don't want to say like bag of tools, but like, it goes into my like understanding and my strength and being able to be there more for others. You know what I mean? So, cause at the end of my fighting is to create like little hostels, like safe havens for families to transition into getting into a better life. So yeah. So that's
really beautiful. And I don't know how many people know that about you, but I really think like, I really want to help you spread that message out there, because,
thank you.
Truly, like, you're fighting for yourself, of course, mm-hmm. but to be able to fight for those people that can't fight, what a powerful message you're putting out there.
Thank you.
You're like spirit fighter. Good for you, girl.
Yeah, that's really what it's so funny because I wanted to start this a long time ago, and there were so many things that were keeping me off this track, but I said, fine, I'm just going to do this. Maybe I'll come back to this. And I finally was like, the universe, I went through some stuff and I was like, there literally has to be a reason. Like, you have been pulling this into my life and I'm going through all of these things and, and I finally like listened and I completely dropped everything else and dedicated my life to training and fighting. And it's just crazy what happens when you listen to like your soul. Like, your soul is like, you're supposed to be on this path. And I finally listened, and here I am being able to reach literally the world through my fighting. Like, like you say, a spiritual fighter. And I can't even tell you, listening to myself, you know what I mean? And trusting the path and just going for it, even if I was scared. Yeah. And so now I'm here. So.
And have you found that, so you've had all these signs, you've had all these messages from the universe, and of course, like real life and your practical mind gets in there. Now that you've totally succumbed and given in, has it been pretty easy? Like, is everything just coming to you as it should be?
So the fact that it was crazy. So when I started on this journey, I was okay, my goal is to make my huge debut, start my journey, like hopefully be able to connect with the world, like by the time I was 35.
Okay.
So I was like, I'm going to keep training. I started in my 20s. I was like, man, my birthday is literally like right around the corner. And mind you, a year from that, when BKFC came out, I felt like, I was telling my coaches, I was like, can you guys please watch this? Like, I have always loved bare knuckle, but they banned it a long time ago. And when they came back, I was like, I really feel like this is where I'm supposed to be. I had told them this a year ago, and I wrote down my goal list. I wrote down what I wanted. And I said, I wanted to be with BKFC. I wanted to say that, I wanted to do this by the time I was 35. And I was like, it's okay. My birthday is around the corner, but maybe it'll happen right after. I don't know, but it's not going to stop me from training. I just have to keep going. Just keep going. Don't give up, and maybe it'll come. Maybe it won't come, Literally a week after that, I got in touch somehow with through a friend with that had a manager that was fighting for BKFC. Mm-hmm. got us connected with BKFC, and then I got my first fight contract on my 35th birthday.
Wow.
It's insane. Right? Crazy, huh?
Perfect synchronicity.
I know. It was just insane. I was just like in tears. I got my friend, my amazing friend now, but my manager, Kevin, he has just been such a blessing with this journey. And so it has been so wonderful. That has been coming. Seems like it's been coming in easy, but the training is definitely getting harder. And I go through injuries that a lot of people would probably pull out of. And I go through still a lot of all the stuff that I've been going through. And it's always those, like, when you're on the right path, stuff will always try to happen to take you off of it and steer you away from it. And so I've really recognized that. And I'm like, I'm not stopping. So I'll just keep going.
I read somewhere that I thought was really powerful, where they say, like, when you're right at the brink of like something wonderful, will be like a huge crash to throw you off to the point where you're like, fuck it, this sucks, this is too hard. But that's when you're like right there and just keep pushing.
I know. It's almost like when you start your spiritual awakening, when you're like on that like path, it's like not just a one time spiritual, oh my God, I've been spiritually woke. It is literally, and it's not pretty. You're a mess. you are a mess. It is an everyday thing.
Like, whoever came up with love and light was an asshole. That's such a lie.
I know, right?
Wait, I've probably been through like the hardest, darkest year of my life, but I am so thankful for it. I truly am. I am the strongest mentally and physically, and the truly the happiest I've ever been. So I am thankful to the people that dragged me down in the shit, because here I fucking am. Like,
I know, right? You're we're about to do a glow up. Okay, I have been a mess.
But you know what? That being said, the irony in that is I've got like big group of girlfriends, and a few of them have been on this spiritual journey, myself included. And I don't know about you, but that spiritual glow up, like you can physically see the difference in the women.
Yeah.
Like Botox and filler are amazing, but like that spiritual glow up.
Right?
Oh man. Okay, so
Seriously.
let's change gears real quick. Do you remember the first time in your life that you punched somebody in the face, be it professional or a non-professional fight?
It was like high school.
I'm living for it. Tell me about it.
No. Yeah, it's crazy. My dad used to move a lot. So I remember these girls, I'd always start a new high school and I hated it because for some reason I just never got along. Like I'd get catcalled by these boys being a girl at a new school.
Yeah.
And then apparently they had the girlfriends in a group and they just hated me because I was a new girl. So
You're exciting. The new shiny toy.
Yep. And so I'd always get followed home and they'd try to jump me and stuff. Yeah. And I even got like stabbed by one girl. But I remember just, yeah, it was crazy. And, but I remember just like letting it go. Tried to get jumped. There's 3 of them. And I was just like, I don't know what I'm hitting, but I'm hitting you.
It's like that Bart Simpson moment where you're just doing like,
yeah, right. I'm like, yeah, you want some of this? You guys, all 3 of you guys want to come at me? Come at me, bro. Come at me. Can you get through this?
Oh, that's good. So your fighting style has changed considerably from your first punch.
Yes, I don't do the windmill anymore.
I wish you did though.
Oh my gosh.
So one thing I guess I've learned through a few conversations I've had with the women of MMA is when you fight when you're a kid or a teenager, it's very emotionally driven. And when you fight as a professional, are you able to remove the emotion?
Definitely, because I look at this different. It's like it's just a combat sports to me. I see a lot of people like they get emotional and they fight and stuff. I've never been like, I think it's because of the reason why I fight. I try not to, I don't get involved with like drama and stuff like that. Especially because it's just a funny thing. It's like, so you fight for women or fight for, families, but you fight women, I'm like, but it's a combat sport. It's like different, I'm not trying to, I'm not on the streets trying to stab people or anything. So I just
Hold on. Where did you grow up? Because I feel like I'm missing a major component here.
Oh, the crazy streets of Fresno? No. No.
Are you from California?
So I grew up Fresno, Clovis area, but my dad moved like these places it's a place called Madera.
Okay.
And Reedley and Squaw Valley. I've been to like so many places. So it was just like very back town, nobles type of stuff. Yeah.
A bunch of small town mentality shit then?
Yeah. And just like wild, crazy. I mean, they're just like, they're wild, especially in Madera. It's probably where I got in the worst trouble a lot, running with the wrong people. It's very small and you don't have a lot of choices and there's not a lot of good people there. There wasn't a lot of good people there. So Reedley was the same. It was very wild, but that was like a bigger town, but it was like party central and not the best people. And you know what I mean? So it was just like, it was crazy, insane. And there was a whole bunch of orchards everywhere because California is like, we have all the orchards and agriculture.
Right.
So we'd just be breaking into people's orchards and just like then get chased off.
What you do for fun before we all had iPhones. We had to actually go outside and make trouble.
Right?
TikTok, I guess TikTok is solving a lot of like teenage angst. They don't go out anymore.
It really is. I'm kind of grateful for it because I'm like, I'm in for it with my child.
Oh, karma does get you though with your children. Karma gets you. Like, I love my son, but oh my God.
I know. I know. My son is, I know, right? How old is he?
He's 4.
Oh yeah. I know. My son is 9 now.
Oh,
and I'm like looking at him, he'll like say something to me. I'm like, excuse me? What did you just say? I'm gonna boop you on the mouth the next time you open it like that to me.
It's incredible. The personalities they get so young.
I know.
And the attitude. Like my niece is 18 months old and girl's got a temper.
Really? At 18 months already? Oh.
She stomps. She stomps. She's got the finger. I blame my brother-in-law. He's Italian. I'm like, good luck with that.
Good luck with that. I know, right? Yeah. Goodbye. Say goodbye, life.
Oh man, yeah. She's beautiful too. So it's probably like a good thing that she's
yeah.
She's like little Miss Piggy. I love it.
Oh, that's so cute.
So what's your pre-fight ritual? Do you listen to music? Do you chill? Do you like to be around people? Do you like to be by yourself?
Well, so during fight camp, I'm a hermit, really. I'm like, it's so funny because a lot of people think I'm an extrovert, but I'm really like an introvert.
Me?
I have to be. Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Super introvert, and then I'm a hermit, but I like to live both lives. But before my fight, it's weird. It kind of always changes. I'm like, oh God, what do I want right now? Like, do I want to be alone? Do I want to, and usually when I'm cutting water is the time that I actually like, it's a miserable time. Mm-hmm. It's like the worst part of, the fights. So that's the time I actually take that time to be more like a little spiritual or, like creating, like I'm always the same person, like just almost like the girls come out,
Yep.
Who's going to come out right now, I just let all my girls come out. I'm like, all right, girls, time to put the reins on.
Oh, that's so funny.
I'm like, I've been holding this one back for a little bit. So you can come out now. I've been holding that one back. So.
When you get in the dehydrated, delusional state, that's when all fun comes.
But really, it's a good time for me. Like after weigh-ins, I like to really be around if my family's around, but I try not to be too much around family. I kind of just, my coach is like, we got to stay in the game. Right. We don't, it's weigh in, eat, no one's around us, come back. And then after, we go. So, when I'm warming up backstage, there's like 2 songs that I'll just put on repeat, and I'll just like, when it's time to warm up, will just listen to those, just get myself ready to flip the switch and get out there.
What are the songs?
The songs. So it's always In This Moment. In This Moment is, I don't know if, do you like the In This Moment? I always walk out to them.
Oh yeah. They're amazing.
Yeah. I just absolutely love them. But one song I do listen to over and over again, is Mother, by In This Moment is one of my top ones. Yeah.
So not Mama by Boyz II Men, which is instantly
right.
Do you imagine? Just a real good slow jam.
It's actually like, I play some twerk music. That's good.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So you always have 2 songs that you're on a loop, and then you just get in the zone and then go time. Yeah.
I really do a lot of like thinking in my head. My brain kind of unlocks a lot of things. I start thinking a lot, like not about like what I'm going to do in the fight, but just like my brain just kicks into this different like thing. And just kind of, it's time to flip the switch. So
yeah, I like that. Okay. Let's do a professional wrestling pop quiz.
Oh my. I'm not going to know anything.
Even better.
I know.
Okay.
Which is so funny because it was huge when I was growing up. So we used to watch it all the time.
Then you might be better knowledgeable than you're giving yourself credit for.
I can't remember a guy's name I just met like 2 seconds ago. This lady I met down the street, I instantly forgot her name. She said it and I forgot it.
I'm like that too. As soon as someone says, hi, I'm whatever, as soon as they say their name, it's like I have this tone in my head that just goes, it's nice to meet you. You.
I know.
Okay.
I know. It's like, go ahead.
No. Please continue.
I was gonna say, you know, the house, was it the house bunny or the house where she like has to turn into the monster voice to remember? I'm Brittany. She's not Brittany.
That's totally
literally me.
That movie's really funny.
It is really funny.
Okay, here we go. What's a clothesline?
A clothesline in
wrestling.
Oh God. I'm gonna say, is it like it's a move?
It's a move. So it's when you stick your arm out and you take someone's head off.
Oh my God.
So it's like running into a clothesline.
I was gonna say that, and when they go and then they bump up the thing and then they put their arm out and they go, wah.
That's it. 1 point. Nice. Okay. What is a bump?
A bump?
Yeah.
Oh God. I'm gonna guess that a bump is when is it part of like what they have to do for the move?
Yes.
So like that. Really?
Yes.
So they do the thing and they have to do it and then it makes the bump thing.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So you're saying like the noise that they make when they like punch or kick. So
like the bump that they have to go ahead.
No, you're on it. You're on the right track. So a bump is actually when you fall on the mat. That's a bump. That's what makes the noise.
Okay.
So I feel like you get a half point there. You get a half point. I like it.
I'm down for the half point.
Picasso. I like it. Okay, name 2 professional wrestlers, male or female.
I'm gonna say China, and I'm gonna say The Rock.
Beautiful. You've got 2.5 already. We're fucking cruising. Okay, is professional wrestling fake?
Absolutely not.
You get a 1.5. So
Absolutely.
It's perfect. It's perfect. Okay.
I honestly, I swear to God, I have all the respect for you guys because people don't see all of the training and the part that you guys have to do behind the scenes. That stuff is not like fake. Like you guys you get hurt. I've seen I used to watch documentaries on how like cutthroat that shit was, how like you guys really used to get hurt. People create you to get hurt. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that is no joke. Like people don't know what you guys actually have had to go through with all that stuff.
Well, thank you, my girl.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you.
High five.
High five. Okay, last one. True or false? Do female professional wrestlers have a tendency to pee when they do moves?
I'm going to say, especially if you've had a kid, yes, that's true.
Fuck yeah, I was peeing all the time, even pre-kid. What, your ovaries are not supposed to be a pinball machine in there. Like, I'm sure it happens with you guys in a very different manner, but every time I do a face bump, that means like I fall on my front side. It's like just a little pee. Just
a little pee.
Just a little pee.
Well, especially because you already have all of those, like the adrenaline, like coming out and doing your thing and having to do, everything you guys are doing and be super extra about everything. You know what I mean?
Totally.
I mean, just the nerves alone. I'm one of those where when I get really nervous or anxious, I have to go pee. Oh, and if I don't get to go pee, well,
you just pee. Well, this was really fun. Thank you so much for taking the time out.
Of course. I know I had so much fun with you.
I hope we get to...
I'm super looking forward to this.
Yeah, yay. I hope somehow we get to cross paths in the future.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
So I feel like this was good. This was more than an interview.
Right? I can feel the energy. I can feel the connection between us. I like it.
I actually haven't laughed that hard in a really long time. I will say it really speaks to my soul on a totally different level, speaking to these bare knuckle MMA UFC fighters, because we're all so bonded on the same levels. I feel like whether you got into professional wrestling or you got into, air quotes, real fighting, we all have these similar backgrounds. We're all healing from some sort of trauma, and we're solving that trauma by doing, by fighting, by living in our masculine. And then you see people like Crystal Pittman and Teresa Sweetheart, who are very much living in their masculine and living in their feminine, opening this whole new world of professional fighting to women. Because historically, to this point, women who fight in MMA have been, I would say, way more on the masculine side. So now this pendulum is swinging both ways, where you're seeing more masculine professional female wrestlers, and you're seeing more feminine professional MMA fighters. And it's a really amazing time in women's fight sport. And if you're liking everything that Wilde Ones is bringing you weekly, please don't be shy and DM me on my Instagram or Twitter. Let me know about what you think. Tell me about divine feminine and masculine, and ask me questions, and just say hello, because I love to hear from my listeners. My Instagram and Twitter are both at Real Taylor Wilde. That's Wilde with an E. And until next week, stay calm and wild on.